It's good. We back. Episode 22 of Going Live with the MC. I am your host, MC Reef. If y'all don't know what this platform is, just giving flowers, man. Just giving flowers to all the dope artists that I know. All the people, that don't get the spotlight. That's what this platform is for. Yo, Ray Clouds, what up, bro? Tracy Tuesday. Shout out to y'all for tuning in. If y'all gonna be joining in with us today, we got a good guest, and shout out to Russ and Rebel. I appreciate you. Yeah, I know the vibes, man. If y'all got any questions, right in the bottom right is a question mark inside of the chat bubble. Y'all could just hit that up, and ask any question that you want to the guest. Shout out to It's Sue, dope artist that I just met recently. Shout out to It's Sue. I believe I told you about this platform as well, so this is your chance to see how it goes. So my guest, JuDaReal, will be tapping in real soon. So I met this guy at a show that I did last year. I was supposed to let him tell me that. But yeah, I met him last year. And he's been like really, really, really dope, man. He's been in his bag, so he just tapped in. Shout out to JuDaReal. That's my guest for the day. Yeah, we're gonna get him on in a second, and you get to see how the platform works. But it's just strictly organic. It's all based off of chemistry. I don't have a script. I don't write down notes, anything. All episodes get saved to my platform, to my page, sorry, and you can watch it from there. And yeah, you learn gems from everybody. Everybody in here is experienced, or however you want to dress it up. But these artists shed light on that. So I got my guy waiting for him to tune into the live, and we'll get started. If you guys like this shirt right here, the Team Reef merch, I got different colorways. I got pink, yellow, black, red, blue. The logos are different colors as well. So if you guys are interested, tap in. I got that on deck. The album, The Unexpected Volume 3, is available on Bandcamp, or even tap into my bio and you will see both links. Yo, Ju, you could join in whenever you're ready, bro. We're waiting on you. I got my white wine, always got the Pinot Grigio. I like different white wines, but Pinot Grigio definitely be hitting. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, waiting on him to tune in. Hold on, okay. Sent a request, accept. Yeah, sometimes it's a little issue getting the guest in, but it's always a vibe once they check in. Once again, guys, if you have any questions for me or the guest, bottom right is a question mark, and you can definitely ask your questions. Or they will be asked throughout the interview. You will get answers for sure. Um, are you having trouble, Drew? Let me know, because I know sometimes it's a little struggle to get people on. You just gotta accept the request. My guy Mike Mizzo in the building. What up, man? Yeah, just at the bottom. I don't know if you've done this before, but at the bottom, yeah, just click the wherever the number shows up. Shows you that you got a request there. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna send you another request. See if you can accept it from there. You can find me on IG. Word. That's fire. Yo,
Yo,
yo, Judah Real. Man, how
what's
you
the
doing?
word, bro?
My guy. Everything is good, man. I'm feeling all right. This is episode 22. We still going. So,
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I was trying to figure it out this whole time. I had to leave and come back. I was like, oh, okay.
oh, yeah, nah, it do be a little weird, with the whole tapping in, to other people's lives and stuff. But it is what it is. Once we figure it out, it becomes a lot easier.
Yeah, well, Mike, what's
Shout out to
that, bro?
Mike Mizzo in the building. Dot Cash. Again, like I said, I'm gonna keep on repeating it throughout the interview. If y'all got questions, because sometimes I run out of shit and I need y'all to hit me, or maybe y'all got something that y'all want to know. You know what I'm saying? That we might be having a conversation and y'all got something y'all want to learn from the conversation that we talking about. So feel free to ask any questions. Any questions. So, what's up with you, my brother? How you feeling today?
Man, blessed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Woke up another day. It's
Facts.
not promised. Every day is not guaranteed. So, you just gotta always be thankful for that. And just ready to apply pressure all 2024, man, ready to work.
That's a
Work,
fact, man. You got to stay active, man. Even if you're not doing a lot, as long as you're doing something to keep the train rolling. That's all that
work,
matters.
work.
Um, so, man, there's a lot to talk about, honestly.
I'm telling you.
So, someone, someone kind of, I guess tried to like mess with my head, and it was like, how come you didn't ask the last guest how they met you? So, uh, if you want to remind everybody how we met. I mean, that like when I started doing these episodes, that's what I was asking people. I was like, because it was interesting to see from their perspective how they remember meeting me. Like I know how I met you, but
Facts, facts.
um, how did we meet? If you remember,
Um, I'm not gonna lie, my memory be like a little bit shot. I smoke too much weed. But nah, I
don't blame it on
remember.
the weed.
I really met him last year. It was at a show, and if I'm not mistaken, oh, oh boy, I remember some of the people at the show too. I don't know if you came with anybody. Did you come with somebody, or you had like a little group
I
with
did.
you? I think. Yeah,
I
yeah,
did. I
yeah,
was part of the. I
yeah,
was
yeah,
part of the
yeah.
chromosomes at the time.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
See, there you go, there you go. Yeah, he had like a little group. And then it was that song, Get High. That was Get High. At the Get High, I was like, hey, yo, bro, that right there, fire. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
We chopped it up.
Appreciate that. Appreciate
You know what I'm
that.
saying? We chopped it up, and yeah, ever since we've been locked in, man. We still gonna get one together. We have one coming. Just stay tuned for that. But you know,
That's a fact. That's a fact.
but yeah,
Where we
man.
definitely got something in the works. Where I'm excited for that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Not
So
facts.
yeah, that is true. We met at the Southside City and Friends
Yeah,
event.
Southside.
Word.
Hey,
Shout out to my guy B.
shout out Southside.
Congrats to you on opening up your restaurant, bro, in Brooklyn. The
Oh
expansion.
wow,
That's fire.
congrats.
Yeah, I gotta make my way down there. So I'm tapping with him, get that address. There's a Caribbean spot too, so they food on point.
Fire.
Love it. Yeah, good Caribbean food. Word. But yeah, Southside and Friends event. That was a pretty dope event. I
It
think that was
was.
his first time throwing an event. But I think he did a good job, putting it together as far as like having everybody ready.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy there that wasn't the DJ for the event, but because the DJ
Oh yeah,
flopped on the
facts. The
event, he
DJ
ended up
flop.
staying like just off the love. Like, yeah, he just stayed off the love. Look, the address is right there. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pin that real quick.
Okay, now facts.
Boom.
Oh, it's in
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
I want
Yeah.
some good ass Caribbean food. Hit my guy up. That's the spot right there.
I'm gonna tap
So
in for sure.
if y'all can't get the footprints, if y'all can't get the golden crust, make sure y'all go down to Island Flavored Jerk. That's a fact. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I love footprints. I
Footprints
love golden
bust.
crust, but if I can find me a nice good spot in the hood
Yeah, I'm
somewhere, I'm going.
going for
Word,
sure.
word. But yeah, nah. So yeah, that event we met a shit ton of artists actually. That was probably
Yeah.
the only. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably like the only showcase that was full of artists that I didn't really mind being around.
Yep.
Like every
Yep.
artist came with good energy. Everyone that performed was really dope.
Everybody showed
Um,
love.
Granted, things didn't start on time or whatever, but everyone kept it cool. There was
Mhm.
no drama. Everyone was actually just networking and chilling. Like it was really just a great night. And I think for Southside, that spoke a lot for him because he invited a bunch of dope, genuine artists, and we didn't feel the need to be, arguing with each other or being mad about whatever the fuck was going
Mhm.
on the backside of things. So,
That's a fact.
yeah, I'm grateful for meeting you at an event like that, man. That was actually pretty
It
dope.
was a great event. I mean, for him to bring that many personalities together and everything was just genuine all around for everybody. Even the people that performed, they didn't even leave. They stayed and still watched other artists perform and stuff. And that's what I
Yep.
really liked about it too. And I was
Yep.
like, nah, that was a great show. It was a great show.
That's a fact. So,
Who's the
first
for
question.
the system?
First question. Um, I want to know what's your inspiration? Like how did you come across like making music? Like we all find music somehow listening to it, but how did you like get to the point where you were just like, yo, I could actually make music?
Yeah, it's such a great question that I've never really like expressed to anybody. So this would be like the first time I ever really expressed the whole thing. So like music been in my life, in my family actually for years. My mother grew up singing, and she was in the same studio as Mary J.
Hmm.
Blige was. They were
Oh
both
yeah.
singing for like, label deal. Of course, we see who got the label deal for Mary J. Blige, but it was just always in my family, and I always did love music. At first, I wanted to sing, but I can't sing, so it didn't go hand in hand. My voice wasn't there for it.
Mm,
And then I was just playing with rapping for years. Like I was like, it was like a hobby. But then I started really getting into it once my father
mm,
passed when I was like 21 in Charlotte.
mm,
And the only way I was able to express myself was when I wrote down in lyrics into a beat. And I was like, hey, this is kind of cool. Let me see if I record myself and just send my friends like a little rough draft and what they think.
mm.
Sent them rough draft. They was like, yo, bro, you can actually rap. Like why you never showcase this or whatever. I said I was always playing with it. I didn't think anybody would take me serious.
Right.
So they was like, nah, man, you should really go try it. So crazy thing, it was like God, I swear. Crazy thing is, bro, I ended up getting a job, and one of my closest friends in Charlotte was an engineer. And then I told him, hey, yo, bro, I just started rapping and I'm looking for like, somebody. He was like, oh, bro, I could do that. I can help you, bro. And I was like, oh, snap. And crazy thing, he helped me grow. He didn't really, he did it off the strength and love. He didn't charge me
Mm.
much. You know what I'm saying? I really was going there, gave him $50 for like 3 hours, bro. I'm telling you, like, he
Stuff.
was, yeah, he was really, shout out to him, man. My boy Craig, he in Charlotte. Um, but yeah, he helped me, and then he taught me the ins and outs. He's like, yo, bro, when you move back to New York, make sure you tell these engineers what you want to hear. Don't just let them play with your shit. Make sure it sounds the way you want it to sound. And that's how now when I go to studios and stuff like that, I'm able to know like, hey, I don't like that sound, or you can use this different and different terminologies and things because of him. So yeah, man,
Mm.
it really all started in 2018, 2017, one of them.
That's fire.
Or
That's
now I'm
actually a dope story.
here.
Word. I'm not gonna lie, man. We all don't have, that person or people around us that inspire us. Like, a lot of times, like it's kind of like what you said. I didn't think anyone would believe in me. I didn't think anyone would rock with this. And then it just takes that one person or several group of people, whoever it may be, and they just say, yo, you know what? I like it. So what's the chances that other people won't like? Like
Yeah, word.
like who else? Like I mean, a lot of people could be saying it just because they know you and they want you to, chase your dreams and not be scared of like failure,
Mhm.
but uh I think a lot of times when you like I guess you can understand like the genuine energy behind when someone tells you to go for something.
Yeah,
Like again, like there's the two type of people. There's people that believe in you and then there's people that don't want you to, to like be discouraged by anything, so they'll
yeah,
just say
facts. So
go
they're
ahead
just
and do
gonna
it.
say
Like
do
yeah,
it.
yeah, just go do it. Like, it don't matter if you fail, but go do it.
Yeah,
But then you got the people who's like, nah, you can actually do this shit. Like
yeah.
so yeah, nah, that's actually pretty dope. So is he still in your life? Like do you still keep in touch with him or
My boy Craig.
yeah.
Uh, it's what do you call that? It's one of those things, talking a while, but when you do, you know what it is. Like,
Understood,
yeah,
understood. I mean, as long as he's still in your life to the point where, you can share your journey with him. Like he can
yeah,
see what you're doing now to
exactly.
the day and be like, yo, my boy came a long way.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely,
that
definitely.
that's really dope.
We definitely have each other on social media. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I think probably like a month ago he did hit me up. talking about that. He's like, "Yo, bro, I'm from when you started to now, it's keep going." So, word, yeah, that's my guy.
That's dope. That's dope. So you mentioned Charlotte. I think now you said you live in Jersey,
Yeah, I'm
right?
in Jersey now.
And you used to be in New York.
Hmm.
Okay, so where are you actually from?
New York City,
Heard you.
man. Born
Heard
and
you. Heard you.
raised. Born and raised. Brooklyn, to be exact.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, you could take the note down. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, so yeah, I mean, so what? Did you was like born in New York and you like bounced around, or like you just kind of like wanted to like try out a different scene at one point in life? How did that go?
Yo,
Like you transition to different places.
let me tell you how crazy my life is, man. So I was born in New York, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Well, I can't even say that, bro. I just say I was born and raised in New York in general because,
Right.
boom, I was
So
born in Brooklyn, right? I was born in Brooklyn. I was born at Downstate Medical, and I lived in Brooklyn till I was 3. Then me and my mother moved to Queens. Then I was living in Queens till I was about, I want to say 5. And I moved
mm,
to Long Island for a good 2 years. Then came back to Queens. And then I was in Queens for a good 3 years, 3, 4 years. And then I went back to Long Island, Roosevelt, Long Island. Shout out King Flea. That's where I know him from. I went to high school with him. Um, and and I finished out my high school years, 3 years in Roosevelt, Long Island. Then I moved back to Brooklyn, and I was going to Kingsborough Community College, over there in freaking Sheepshead Bay. And yo, it's crazy. I was out there for about good 2 years. Then I moved to Charlotte for 3 years after an incident where I had ended up I got jumped and robbed from
mm,
my iPhone. What was it back then, bro? I think it was like a 5S. It was like a 5S, bro. And that was my
mm.
first ever iPhone. I got it for my birthday. That night was my birthday. Came off the train
That's
from,
crazy.
you swear, bro. Came off the train, bro. Came off the train coming from college after hooping at the park after college type shit. 'Cause I always used to hoop back then. And like 3 dudes, bro, pull up on me and just start dumping me, bro. Took my iPhone. I fought back, but I only got one hit in and I left. I ain't gonna lie. I started running, got up out of
Nah,
there.
nigga, I ain't mad at you. I
Word.
ain't mad
So I moved to
at you,
Charlotte
bro.
after that. My mom took me to Charlotte after that because she was scared type shit. So
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
if I type, you feel me? I was just thinking that. So we moved to Charlotte. I was out there for about 3 years. No, 3 years? Yeah, for about 3 years. I ended up joining the army within that span.
Mm.
Um, I was getting a lot of money out there too, but I was so young that I blew that money, man, on strip clubs. It was so bad. That was like bad. Strip clubs almost every night, bro. Oh my God. There's nothing to do in the South, man. I
Yo,
was from New York.
I
I
know.
was
I've
like,
been out there a few
bruh,
times.
bro, I was tight. Like, yo, what is out here? So strip clubs was what I got into type shit. And so, but then Charlotte is where the true love of music ended up growing because my father passed, rest his soul. Um,
Mm.
and because of him, I was able to actually push and actually like work on my craft and become who I am today, which is I feel is the best artist alive.
Nah, I feel you and I heavily relate on that because I mean I've been doing music for a while before the situation, but um once my uncle passed, it lit like a whole different fire inside of me. And I just at this point I was just like, you know what, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm going for it. Like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, what's the point in starting, you know? What's the point in stopping, you know?
exactly.
Like you have nothing else like to live for at this point.
Yeah,
At least that's how it feels.
that's how I
You
feel.
know, Yeah, so you just like you out there now at this point. You just like, yo, fuck it. I'm going to get it.
No,
Like
fact. That's
I'm going to
exactly
get
how it
it.
is.
Word. So while you was doing all of that, uh, were you doing music at that time? Or at least like I guess let's say because you said you was hooping in college
Mhm.
around the time. Let's just say around the iPhone incident. Were you making music around that time?
I Crazy thing is, I was, but it's stuff that nobody's ever heard. That's one. And they were like recorded voice notes type shit. I didn't have no
Okay.
studio, no nothing like that. It was just the beat, a recorder, and me
Oh, so
speaking
it
over
wasn't
the beat.
until you got to Charlotte.
Charlotte
Got you,
is where
got
I,
you,
I got
got you.
into my first actual like little studio, and
Okay.
he had a home studio. Crazy
Mm,
thing is, we both was low key beginning at the same time. It's just that he
mm-hmm.
went to school for his craft. Me, I said I'm a wing this bitch type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
I never really practiced the craft until I started making music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like
got you.
freestyling for fun. That was just that. But like actually like sitting down, taking time, like, okay, how can I flow it? And then the rhyme schemes and stuff like that. I wasn't really practicing that until I started making music because I realized like, oh
Right.
shit, this is completely different from when I'm just rapping. Like I have to actually make my words go with the beat. I have to actually
Yep.
make it sound good. I just can't sound like I'm reading on paper. I said, it's a lot of stuff I had to grow up on, as you'll
Right.
hear, which I love. I hate and love at the same time, but you'll hear it in like my first mixtape. Um, on if you go on my on all platforms, YouTube, doesn't matter. My first mixtape to my which I call my first official album, which is This Is Me that just dropped. Um,
Mhm.
like you'll hear the progression, and and what I love about it is when I started, I told myself it only gets better from here. And I've been saying that to myself every year, every year. And then I can see like, damn, I really did get better every year. As I kept saying, it's going to get better from here. So I
That's dope.
just keep that same mentality and motto every year.
Shout out to all the J's that just tapped in. Jay
Yeah,
Skills, Jay
that see
Jumpman, Jay
mad at me.
Moolah. Shout out to y'all.
My boy, the Caribbean Shinobi, shout out to tapping into my boy Tyson Finesse.
Shout
I
out
haven't seen you in a
to
minute. What's good?
Caribbean Shinobi. Shout out to you. Everybody that's tapped in, shout out to y'all. Again, if you have any questions, the bottom right, hit that chat section. Ask your questions. I will ask all questions through the interview. Um, that's pretty. That's interesting, man. I guess learning how to become an artist, because I feel like a lot of people that do music these days, they just look at the lifestyle.
Mhm.
Oh, he's in the studio. I could do that. Oh, he rapping words. I could do that. You know what I'm
That's
saying? Oh, you
right.
on stage? I could do that.
Word.
But then I take somebody like, let's just say Ice Spice. Ice Spice, for example.
Yeah.
Um, Tyson got a question. I'm gonna ask it in a second. Um, Ice Spice, for example, uh, I mean, I read an article recently where she admitted to it, but from the outside looking in, it was like, I've been working this hard way longer than Ice Spice. She did not deserve that.
Oh
You
my
know what I'm
God.
saying?
That's how I feel.
And it's not to hate, but it's like to see her in a position to where she's struggling to record music because she didn't know how to find her pocket.
Mm.
She gets on stage and the crowd only reacts when she shakes her ass, like literally, shit like that. It was like she wasn't even ready, like to the point where she was on stage really trying to perform. No one was fucking with her, and then she said, "You know what?" And then everyone. So
That shit
I kind
crazy.
of, I guess I take it to the heart, making music. I don't really like artists that are just, microwave artists, so to speak. You think
Yeah.
you could just get hot in 30
In
seconds. It
30
ain't happening,
seconds.
bro. It ain't happening. So, to segue into the next question, sponsored by Tyson Finesse, what keeps you motivated?
Man, let me tell you. And I just feel like anything I say, first of all, to everybody, this is my opinion. Please don't attack me for my opinion. But I
Facts.
just feel every artist should do this shit because they love to do this shit. That's my motivation, honestly speaking. Is I love music. I mean, like before I started rapping, bro, I can't go a day without listening to music, bro. If I go a day without listening to music, I feel like my life is a little discombobulated. It's just like I
I'm with
love
you.
different sounds of music. I love, man, let me tell you, I love some country songs. I love a lot of rock songs. Y'all be surprised what I listen to for real. There's a lot of pop songs. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of techno stuff. Like I'm like just different sounds of music just gives you different stories and different like perspectives of life, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. Like I don't know the way my brain is like I just see different pictures when I listen to music. Or and sometimes a lot of music I listen to is relatable to me. You know what I'm saying? I listen to a lot of relatable music, which is why I try to make a lot of relatable music because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that deal with the same issues. A lot of us have the same issues, don't even know it. But so like, yeah, I just it's the motivation is just love, love. Of course, the funds would be amazing, but I honestly love to do it. I can be broke until 40, and you'll still hear me drop a damn tape, no cap. So,
Oh, so I like that answer, by the way. So I have a lyric in my song "Low Life" where I said, and it's crazy because now that I'm thinking about it, I had this conversation with an artist that I had on one of my earlier episodes. But it's always nice to revisit it, to like to really put into
mhm.
perspective. So the lyric goes, "I'm working 9 to 5, making 925. As a kid, I told myself that I'd be rich by 25.
25,
Looking
yeah,
back on that day, I told myself a bunch of lies." So
I know the song.
appreciate it. But yeah, so when I look back at it, I passed 25 years old, and apparently I wasn't rich. You know what I'm saying? I've been making music since I was about 16, 17,
Wow,
15 really, but
wow.
16, 17 when I got serious with it. Um, and then like to say that is because I also too as well looked at the lifestyle, but I was knowledgeable of the grind that I had to
Mhm,
go through. So I was, thinking to myself that, yo, by the time I reach 25, I should be well adversed to at least go on a tour, maybe. You know what
mhm,
I'm saying? Like I should have at least have like 200 fans, dedicated people that listen to my music, but then I hit 25 and that was a reality check.
right.
So segue into the next question, and I'm pretty sure you probably heard this asked, to a couple people, but if you were to do your art, if you were to do your art knowing you would never make a dollar from it, would you still do it?
Of course. And I say, of course, because to be completely honest,
Hmm.
and if people have me on Instagram and watch some of my lives, sometimes I say it a lot. To be completely, I can care less what anybody else thinks about my music. This shit makes me feel great when I put that shit down, bro. I feel amazing every time I come out the booth and my engineer's like, it's hard. And I'm sitting there like, hey, that
Yeah,
is hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can care less, bro. I love myself. What's that Kendrick Lamar song? I
I
love
love
myself. You know what
myself.
I'm
That's
saying?
my shit.
You feel me? So
Word.
like, to be honest, yeah, bro. Only because it makes me feel good, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's my therapy. You feel me? I'm
Hmm.
not gonna give up my happiness because it's not making everybody else happy. It's making me happy.
And you know what's crazy now that I think about it as well too? I first off, I never wanted to be a rapper. like an artist in general. I never thought of myself making music, but I've always had the vision of being heard. Like since I was young, that's always been something that I've wanted. Like I was
Mm,
like, yo, nah, people gonna hear
facts.
me. Like, yeah, I don't
Facts.
know how I'm gonna do it, but people gonna hear me. So that's always been my driving force to be heard somehow, some way. I don't know how, but I'm gonna do it.
Mm,
But there's no greater feeling, and it's similar to what you were saying, like I listen to music even in my sleep, bro. I play music when I go to sleep. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
big
that
fact.
real.
Got
It's
to.
that real. Word. Sometimes I sleep with headphones on. I'm not even lying. You know what I'm saying? I'll
Mm.
dead go to sleep with my headphones
Facts,
on.
facts.
Yeah, and then again, I kind of like just got into the groove of like speaking about my life. Like it's just something like you said is the feeling of releasing music when you come out the booth. You and your engineer look at each other like, yo, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like there's no greater feeling,
Got
man. There's no greater
oh,
feelings, man. I love it. Um, so what is it? What is it like? I guess creating music and discovering your fan base, like coming across people that you didn't know was rocking with you. Like, how does that feel for you?
yo. To be completely honest, like even the little bit that I have is a blessing to me because it can be zero, it can be
Right.
none, and it shocks me to this day that there are actually some people that hit me up on Instagram. Sometimes people I don't even know, like, oh, yo, bro, I listen to your music. It's fire, really motivational, this, that, and the third. Like, I be sitting there like, well, it's getting somewhere, you know? So like it's just it's a blessing. I don't know how to describe that feeling, man. I don't know. I don't want to use no weird words. Like I don't be blushing or nothing, but like I start cheesing type shit, man. I look at my phone and
Nigga
start
said
cheesing.
blushing.
You know what I'm saying? I be
Yo,
like,
nah,
oh, like
crying,
I'll be
son.
blushing, like but nah.
Yo. Well, let me make you blush a little bit more, my brother. Nah. But if I could speak on music, actually, because I'm looking at your shit right now. Um, the song that you performed that night at the Southside event,
uh,
I was really feeling that, and that's what really like drew me into you. Because I remember I actually was hitting you up, like telling you. I think what is it? Is this it? No way. Yeah, no
there's
way.
no way.
Yeah, no way. That was a song I believe that you performed that night,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, that was
I
really
was
fun.
just like,
Mhm.
from that moment, I was just like, yo, this is heat. Like, so I was definitely tapped in from that moment.
Appreciate
But one of my
appreciate
favorite songs that you released recently is "I Just Been."
Yeah, that's just
You dropped that as part of a
yeah,
EP. This is me.
yeah. That's actually a
Um,
album, but this is just a small album, pretty much.
my fault. Is an album. If you agree with it as an album, the only reason why I called it an EP because I'm looking at it say 7 songs. So my
Yeah.
fault. I'm a little technical,
Nah,
but
nah, you good. You good. Well, the crazy thing is, freaking the Distro Kid, once it passed 6, it made it an album. So I was like,
oh, okay. I thought it was once it goes past 8, 100%. Because actually, it's funny. Me and my boy Q the God, we had an episode I think last week or so where we was having this same convo because he was like, it's an EP, but I was like, no, it's an album because of the 8 songs. Like, but nah, that's interesting. I didn't know Spotify actually tampers with that, but.
yeah,
Um, I
they
like to
made it.
call it a project in general because you worked on it. It's something you created and
Yeah,
built, and
yeah, fact.
it's something that you're able to display.
Mhm.
You're at science fair, so to speak.
Yeah, it
This is
was.
my project.
It was.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah. But what I did realize is that no way you released that a while ago. That wasn't yeah. So when I heard it on the project, I was like, yo, this song, like, it was so crazy. It played and I knew some of the words and I was like, wait, this ain't right. How do I know this shit? Like, and I was trying to pin it, like, how do I know this song? Like, but yeah, nah, that's it. And but I Just Been has been one of my latest, favorites. It comes on randomly in my playlist too. So it's like when I listen to my music, it happens one of two ways. Either I throw on the shuffle and I let the playlist take me away because I got a whole bunch of songs from
Facts.
artists that I actually know to celebrities and all
Celebrity,
that, the
yeah.
mainstream artists and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
whatever I grew up on and all that. But lately I've been adding a lot of artists that I know, because for one, it's just interesting to get to know them more, now because I be in the same rooms as y'all. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So it would be cool. And then being a part of that collective that I was in when you met me, it was, I guess that was an inspiration for like wanting to be more into another artist's music, that because like you're actually working with them, you hang out with them and stuff like that. So yeah, I just wanted to be more in tune. So that kind of inspired me to like, do shit like this where now the same artists that I'm connecting with, I'm able to conduct interviews and shit like that.
Facts.
It's all about building that connection and chemistry,
Yep.
with the artists themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, man, you do make good music. I just want to throw that out
I
there. You
appreciate
definitely
that.
do make good music.
I try.
It's not even you're not following a trend or nothing like that. And so that's a segue into the next question. What do you classify your music as? Because I wouldn't call you just a rapper.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. you know, I watched so many interviews, and I ain't gonna lie, a lot of artists do get asked that question too. Like,
Hmm.
and it, now that I got asked that question, I do see how it is a difficult question
It
because
is. It
it's like
is.
it's like they done branched hip hop out to so many different subgenres that I don't even know if I have a specific subgenre for me, or I don't know what I would consider myself. That's why I just say artist. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to sound, that's so cliche, but it really is like, it really is that, like, it's whatever. I make whatever comes to my mind. So if I say, damn it, I'm about to make an R&B song, and y'all know I can't sing, I don't care. I'm about to make an R&B song. That's what came to my head. We got auto tune now. So we gonna make it work some way, somehow. And I know singers, so I'm gonna get some singers. You know what I'm saying? It's just what comes to my head, and I want to put it out there so y'all can see
Right.
how creative I am. So yeah, definitely just, artist, man. I tell you, I make whatever you need me to make. If the beat speaking to me, I'm gonna make it. That's another
Nah, I feel
thing.
that. I feel that. And partially, because listening to your music, I'm like, yo, and you mentioned earlier you don't sing. You can't sing, as you put it. But in your music, you definitely don't be showing any signs of like cowardice. Like when it comes to like trying out a sound, like
Right.
I've heard some R&B vibes. I've heard the rap vibes. I've heard like like the little pop vibes. Like I've heard it all, so it doesn't sound like you're scared to try anything at all, but I, I think there's a name for people like you with like like a multi. I don't know the word that I want to use, but it's like a multitude of styles. Like
Yeah.
you have
Oh my
a
God.
bunch of different
Yeah.
flavors.
I'm trying to think which,
Word. So that
you
hey, nah, that's pretty dope, man. That's actually pretty dope. Cause I ain't gonna lie, me as an artist, I struggle sometimes with like trying out different sounds and stuff like that. Like I be wanting to like really, like just kind of sing. I be wanting to sing sometimes. Like so with the song next time, actually, my song next time, a lot of people hit me up and it was like, bro, you should never do that again. Or like some people actually was like, yo, this shit sounds fire. Like I still like it because you
See?
tried it. But and that's probably the only song that I have of me actually trying to sing. But I don't think I was trying hard enough because I felt like if I was, I probably would have hit a note or
Hmm.
two. But uh it just goes to show, art has no limits. If you're really serious about pushing yourself for it, you're gonna get it done.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna release a whole project of me singing, but look forward to it in the future. look forward to it in the future. You know, I'm gonna drop some more of those Biggie
It might be
Smalls. You
crazy
know,
though.
the little.
It might go crazy. You never know. That might go.
Hey,
That might be the
listen.
one.
Next time, I'm right down. I'm already want to know, man. I feel like next time is a good song, but um,
Yo, believe it or not,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, real quick. Like, believe it or not, I told you I can't sing. Believe it or not, though, I've actually gotten better with singing just by forcibly singing over the years. I be forcing myself to sing, and
Okay.
like I actually like now when I sing, I know how to hit notes and know where my tone is now a little bit. So now
Mm.
all I'm trying to do now is to try to perfect not to go over, you know, like where I'm supposed to be. You know how Drake stays in his own key. That's what I'm
That's
trying to
dope.
perfect to stay in my own key. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They say
I'm
practice makes
not.
perfect,
That's
man.
dope,
So
actually. That's dope. I think I'm in that same space too, where I'm really trying to learn how to switch the pitch. You know, because like I listen to a lot of R&B, you know, slow music and stuff like that, and I would actually sing along to it. Like before, I used to be like when I was younger, I used to be scared to like see people see me in public singing a song. You know, like it was so weird, like for me to be in public, like just going in with this song. Like I do it with a rap song happily, but when I'm singing or whatever, I don't want nobody to see.
yeah.
Like, but it just got to a point where now I don't give a damn where I'm at. I'm on a train or whatever. I might not belt it out like super loud for everyone
Nah,
to
but
hear, but I'm singing that
I'm gonna
motherfucker. You're
sing
gonna
that
know
shit.
I'm singing,
Word,
right?
go
You know, and I
sing.
don't care who around me too, you know.
I
So
ain't gonna lie, I do that too.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, I do that too sometimes. The music just be taking you sometimes, but we don't
Yeah,
care.
bro.
Like,
That shit hits. That shit hits, man. Like you just forget where you at and it's just like takes you to a whole new place. Like how many times you didn't forgot you was on a train because you trapped in a song? Like you know what I'm saying? So, especially when it hits
but
your favorite part
yo,
at your stop, when you supposed to get off. That should go crazy. Like, but yeah, man, nah. So, I want to talk about some of these tracks you got. I realized you only have about three whole projects. The
yeah.
rest are just singles.
Hmm.
Um, I
So
haven't listened to these earlier ones. Want to do
yeah,
pressure. I haven't listened to
that's my
those.
first mix. That's my first mixtape right there.
I listened to
Crazy
Born
thing.
to Be Great, but I didn't listen to it more than four times. I know I listened to it
Mhm.
about three. Um, but I'm now that I'm looking back at it, and now that I'm actually in a interview with you, it's interesting to see that. Oh, okay, so Legend was the project that I was really like tuned into. This is the one that I was really fucking with. Um,
I have about 20 tracks on
and
that.
yeah, and everything that she released after that, No Way, Lyrical Lemonade, Lost, Mixed Emotions, all of that I've been around for. So I've been around for these.
Yeah.
Uh, let me
There's
see.
supposed to be another project there, but I think I remember I told you Distro not DistroKid, United Masters took my music down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's corny.
So I ended up
Um,
dropping like a little mixtape called The Rerun recently, which is just like a bunch of songs from certain projects because I didn't want to put them out all again. So I chose the best songs
okay, I see it. The
I felt.
rerun.
Yeah.
I see the rerun. Okay, so I haven't heard that project. I got to tap into that. Let me add this to my playlist real quick. This is literally how I do it, bro. When I find music, even if I didn't hear the shit, I add it to my playlist, and that shit gonna come on at
At
some
some
point. Yeah,
point.
because I have a whole lot of music. I'm telling you, bro. Like if it's not on shuffle, it's on alphabetical order. I like listening to alphabetical order though. I'll be honest.
That's different. I ain't gonna lie.
You have to, bro. Try it
Like
out.
from
I promise you, try it out.
A to Z.
Yeah, yeah, A to Z.
I ain't
You
gonna
never
lie,
realize from that
bro.
point.
My music library is so big too. It might be some songs that I don't even think I remember anymore. That shit.
Yo, doing shit like that. I mean, I've tapped into music differently, you know, like nowadays, because I listen to so much music, I start wondering how many songs do I listen to in a day? Or, shit like that.
Mhm.
Like, how many different topics did someone talk about, through all the music that I listened to today? Like shit like that.
Nah,
Like where was this person at when they made this song? Like, so I dive down all types of rabbit holes, when it comes to like listening to music and all of that.
but
But I always enjoy, quality music for sure. So I add If I know the artist is fire, I'm adding their
Not for
music.
sure.
I do fine tune it. If I find a song where I'm not really feeling too much or I can't get into it, I'll listen to it a few times. But if I can't, then fuck it. I'm just gonna take it off
Yeah,
the
I do
playlist. But
that too. I do that too. I'll be like, I tried.
but I do have a separate playlist where I add strictly albums. So
Mm,
if I'm really feeling like I want to go on a binge, I'll go to that playlist and listen to everyone's album front to
that's
back. Like,
different. I should do that.
yeah. Now, I mean, it helps you understand the artist more because it's like, and we're gonna talk about this next as well too. I hate when artists say they want to work with me, but they don't really understand my style. Like say for example, everyone knows Get High, and now a lot of people that work with me, they want to make Get High
Get our
songs.
music.
I don't always want to talk about weed, bro. Listen to the rest of my music. Like I got so much shit that I talk about in my music. I don't just want to talk about weed. Like now you're gonna think what? Like not that I care what you think, but now I'm just a
Oh
pothead, right? Now I'm just placed in this box. Or some people will hear
my
most recently they'll hear Mr. Unexpected and now they think, oh, he's Mr. Boom Bap. So we're gonna send him Boom Bap shit. So it's like, are y'all actually listening to me? Like, do y'all know that I
word.
can switch the tempo? Like I could rap fast, slow. I could spit big words, small words. Like,
I felt
I
that.
do mad
I
different
felt
shit.
that
Um,
heavy.
so talk about your challenge with working with different artists. Like, what are your pros and cons? Like, what are some things that you come across where you just like, this song is not gonna work, and other times where you're like, yo, I'm excited for this artist and this shit gonna hit.
Oh boy. This man got me. See, look, I'm an honest guy, guys, okay? So don't
Hey,
be mad.
listen. So my rules for name dropping, if you are gonna name drop, don't name drop if you don't want to give that person energy. Like if you don't want, you don't want to give their name power or whatever. If you know they just a real fucking dickhead, you don't gotta name them, but you can talk about them. Or if you just want to make people aware, you can definitely name drop. Or also if you want to, show love or whatever, definitely name drop. But other than that, it's respectful. I try to stay away from the drama on that. But feel free, talk about it how you want to talk about it.
Look here, just like my guy up here, I stay away from drama as well. So I won't be name dropping nothing with negativity in it, all right? Always name drop for positivity though. But nah, I'm not gonna name drop. But I'm just saying, if you know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so so like, well, one, we gonna start off with how the same thing you said, people just be trying to put you in this box. And though it's not up there anymore, I had dropped a drill tape, right? And
Mm,
it was specifically due to the fact that I had friends who was just doing drill music and shit. And they was like, oh, they always used to talk shit. Like, yeah, you can keep all that lyrical shit, nigga. You can't do this right here though. And I was looking at them like, yeah, y'all stupid, right? Cause like I'm a real rapper, so it don't
mm,
matter if it's drill, jazz, nigga, classical. I don't care. If I can find the flow, I'ma find it and I'ma do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
mhm.
so I did a drill tape. Now the thing with the drill tape though, I had like a little twist on it. I said, let me see if I can do drill, but with actually speaking a little bit of something in it instead of just always dropping an op or my Glock in my pants or some shit. You know what I'm saying? He said, you actually not a rapper. I appreciate
That's a
you.
fact. That's a fact. It's a big difference.
So you know what I'm saying? So I ended up making a drill tape, but a lot of the songs on the tape was actually talking about things that was happening in my life. Like on a song called Tonight, I was talking about how I was getting kicked out the crib by my pops, like my
Mm,
biological pops.
fire.
And people was like, oh, this song fire. And I'm sitting there like, nigga, I'm really getting kicked out the crib. Like, help me, nigga.
Yo, that ass.
I got nowhere to go. But nah, you feel me? So like it was just I did that just to show them like, yo, bro, don't ever don't ever try to limit me to something, bro. There's no limit on me. You can't limit me, bro. My everything up here is limitless. You know what I'm saying? I be in my head, I think I could reach the heavens if I tried my hardest. So uh so that's one. But working with artists, boy, oh my God. Whew, man, let me tell you. So we in 2024. I want to tell you, I didn't really work with too many artists for real until like 2022 is when I really got into it. Um, but I was always skeptical of it. Um, one because I'm gonna say this because it's a major thing. No dick riding, but in pause. But I love J. Cole. J. Cole's one of my favorite rappers. And when he was dropping albums with no features, I was like, damn, you carried the whole shit with nobody else. I want to do that too. So one reason was I felt like I could do the same thing, which is what I um was amounting to do. And then I moved back to New York and realized, you know what? I think I can build more of a fan base myself and also help others if I can collab because then that's their fan base with my fan base and then boom, might mix fan bases. I don't know. So I, s- I really tested it out with my friends when I got up here, the friends that I knew, and I liked it with them. But I really started venturing out in 2022. Now I will say I it's a mixed feeling. It's a mixed feeling because a lot of some shit that you realize sometimes. A lot of these artists, first off, don't be taking this shit that serious. And you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. They don't really take that shit that serious. And it's like they just do it because they think it look good or something.
Yeah.
And then you start playing with a person's time that's actually trying to do something here. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And so I set up a studio session and we planned this already like a week ahead type shit. But now you're telling me, oh, you can't make it because it is this. All right, I gave you one time. I set up another one though, and my engineer blessed me with another one for free. He's like, yo, I got you for free since I started later off with you. I was like, oh, cool. Now I can, yo, bro, we good for. Oh, all right, bet. And then there's another excuse. Okay. And we got blessed one last time. Now this is this is crazy because I never thought I was going to get three chances with that shit
Right.
anyway. So I was like, oh shit. Last shit. Now you say yes, and then it's something else again. Like this is the first time I gave you fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not gonna get fooled three times.
And
Like, yeah, I see what you're doing. You clearly don't want to do it. Just say you didn't want to do it. When I sent it to you, why'd you sit there and gap like you wanted to do something? You didn't really want to do it. So that was one another situation. And for the record, I still dropped that song and I added my own second verse to it because it was supposed to be a feature. And the second verse was a freestyle because I didn't even have it written down. I just did it off the head because I was like, you know what, I need something. I don't want to just end it short. I'm tired of making just like little short songs, even though I know this generation's attention span is about this big. So, you know what I'm saying? So
that
I was
part.
like, damn. So I was like,
That
damn.
part.
And I didn't have that much time to sit there and try to write something else. So I'm like, damn. I say, yo, so like, let me just punch in. He said, if you think you do it. I said, all right, come on. And I freestyled that rest of the song. That song's Smooth Operator, my newest single when it dropped, is out. So yeah,
You
yeah.
freestyle that shit?
I freestyled that last verse, bro. That second verse you hear up there was a freestyle. I did not write it down. I was all up here.
Kudos to you, bro.
Oh,
That's one of
love
my
you.
goals, man, to actually freestyle a song.
I've done that a plethora of times. I'm not gonna lie. It's a fun feeling because you get a different emotion when you're freestyling. You know, when you're freestyling, you're just coming straight off of emotion. You know,
Yeah.
it's not thought out, but it's
Yeah.
thought out, but it's not thought out. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it comes out with a little more swag to it too. I ain't gonna lie. That shit fire. That shit fire. I don't do it often though because sometimes I could be rambling and I'll be like, oh no, that's just a bunch of bullshit. I need to write. But when I feel like I'll say this. It only works with a beat you really, really in tune with. Like when you just like as
Yes.
soon as you hear it, oh shit. Like you just come up with mad shit right there. That's the only time it
Right.
works for real.
Yeah, word. That's a whole fact because like I've freestyled like the ending of verses or like like there's a time where I got stuck at a certain part in the verse where I caught myself writing in the studio because I don't like going to the studio unprepared at all. Like
Facts.
ever since the day I've gone to the studio, I've never ever gone to the studio unprepared.
Never.
That yeah, just the very first time that I went to the studio where I made my first song, and that shit took me till 5 in the morning. We was there from 8 p.m. to 5 in the morning just making one
Damn.
song. Yeah, from that day on, I knew for a fact I was never gonna do that shit again. Cause I think about it, if we was there from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m., I could have made so many more
That's an
songs if I had
album.
all them shit written down.
That's an album right there.
For real, a whole fucking album, and I've
Come
done
on.
that before. I've definitely recorded a whole EP album in a
Yeah, I'm
day
trying to
in
do
one session.
that. I'm trying to do that. I haven't done that yet.
Yo, listen, that shit is a challenge, bro. That shit is a challenge, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you when you do it in a short span of time,
Mhm.
you don't got the time to be re-inspired to make those changes. So now when you hear the album, let's just say a
Mm.
year later, you could be like, damn, yo, I could have added an ad lib right there, or damn, I could have stretched this
Mm.
out that way,
Fuck
or
that. I'm fucking
shout out
that.
to Game Boy Butler in the building. That's the homie. Um, but it's like you don't have that luxury, when you do it in a short span of a moment. I
Mhm.
mean, if you're one of those artists who really spend time to write your song and then go over it before you record it, which is what I'm learning to do now. With this
Yeah.
album, that's exactly why the album sounds the way it sounds now because I took so long to really perfect everything. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, there was still some changes inspired by the featured artists. Like all the featured artists were like asking for like certain
Mhm.
changes, but I didn't get to make those changes. But just the fact that I watched this album come into creation over 5 years. Like some songs were deleted, some were added, some were extended,
Mm.
some just needed a featured artist. Stuff just like that. Like you're able to make those changes
Mhm.
long term, but in the moment, it's just kind of like I just want to do it.
Yeah, I thought you.
And both
Uh,
feelings are great though. Both feelings are great. It was an amazing feeling recording an EP in a whole session. I thought that was like the most dopest thing I could ever do as an artist. To this point, I haven't reached other parts yet, but for now, that was something on the checklist.
Nah,
So
that's fire.
go
That's
for it,
fire.
bro. Definitely
That's
go
fire
for it.
for sure. And I'm gonna say, good job that you started actually like writing it and then going over it before you get to the stew. I've been doing that shit for years. I don't know what it is. It's not like it was taught to me. For some same reason, it was just like instinct. I just felt like, nah, I'm gonna make sure when I get in that motherfucker, ain't no stumbling and we can get it done. Cause maybe I can do more. That was always my thing though. I get more for less. You feel me?
Yep.
I pay for an hour or two. I guarantee you I can still come out with like a good 4 to 5 songs within an hour or two though.
Real
You feel me?
shit.
So that was always my thought process. But I'm glad that you that you know what I'm saying? Because now watch when you just go in there, snap off. Oh shit, we finished that in 10 minutes. All right, next one. You know what I'm saying?
Real
So
shit. And it happened over time though, because I always was the type to like write my stuff, and I always like were, the type person to have like a plan to, to execute something. But with music, it was just kind of like if I have access to a studio,
mhm.
I want to utilize that time. I want to make sure because I didn't have access. I couldn't just like a lot of my friends at the time had home studios and stuff.
Yep.
And even now to this day, I think it's more popular now to have a home studio. I have my setup, but I live in the projects. I mean, it's sort of a weird excuse, but like just being around the noise and shit, I be
Nah, I understand
realizing,
what you're saying.
on a daily that I'll never have a quiet day to record. So it'd be shit
Yeah.
like that where it's like, damn, I can't even set my shit up. I mean, honestly, I could really, if I learn how to mix and master, I can really tune all of that shit out.
Uh,
Like honestly, so it's not a real issue to me. But I prefer to be in a more quieter setting to
I
where I
do
could
too.
focus.
Yep.
Yeah, because it should be so weird. I just be chilling sometimes and I hear the fucking baby upstairs crying. I hear the person downstairs moving their table, rearranging their living room and shit. You know what I'm
It,
saying? So,
it be fucking
yeah,
up your thought process.
yeah, it'd be shit like that. I'm like, come on, son. Then I live in a house with mad people, so it's like I hear their conversations and shit like that.
Nah.
So it'd be it'd be a multitude of things. But I feel like I definitely should just ignore all of
Just
that
waiting
and
for it.
still set it up. Um, but I believe having a great engineer is amazing as well too, because I've been blessed with a lot of
Mm-hmm.
that throughout my career.
Hell yeah.
I've been around some shitty engineers. I've been around some engineers who literally just want the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they know the knowledge, but they're just doing, like, for example, I don't know I don't know the exact number for like the decibels on a mix and master for like an industry song.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be to a particular number, right? And let's just say you go somewhere like Quad Studios and you pay for a 4 hour session. The engineer don't know who you are. He don't like your music. He's literally just applying these standards that he knows because
Oh,
he's getting
word.
paid.
That's
You know what
crazy.
I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna make sure it should sound like an industry song, but I'm not gonna be that engineer that tells you, yo, you could sound better if you just record this way. Yo, you know what?
Mm.
I heard this kind of effect when I was like replaying your shit back. Like, you know, so I've been blessed to have those kind of
Yeah.
engineers, you
Yeah.
know, who like while I'm recording, they stop it and be like, yo, you can go a little harder on that. Or yo, I was playing this back on the mix and I heard like if I throw a little DJ scratch or if I drop a bell or if I bring it back this way, you know,
Definitely.
like I've been blessed with those kind of engineers, you know, and I think that also elevated my style as well too.
For sure.
So it's important to have a great engineer.
Definitely shout out to the engineers that I like that for sure. Especially my like same with my engineer, my boy Super. Shout him out. Nigga done the same thing, man. He'll be like, "Oh wait, hold on, we can add drop, boom, miss drop." Nigga done, hold on, I can make the verse like this right here. And I be sitting there like, "Yo, bro, just do it, bro. Just take over the song, bro. Just go ahead."
Yo, and that's even more so, even going back to doing an EP in a day. So I think that's what made it so good for me to do it as well too, having a good engineer. So being able to just sit back and be like, you know what? So I'm not gonna lie. One thing I've become famous for now in my sessions, and every like a lot of people that have been in the studio with me will tell you. Even Mike Mizzou, he'll tell you himself. We've been in the studio recently. He'll tell you himself. Once I record my verse, and I feel like everything is done, I'm gonna take me a nap. Whatever the
God
engineer
damn.
do after that, whatever the engineer do after that, I completely trust you, bro. I completely trust
Yeah,
you.
I'm taking it back.
I listen. I'm gonna take me a little nap. I'm gonna take a fucking nap,
Oh man.
yo, because it's like sometimes, sometimes you need a little break, you know, and the luxury of being able to book long sessions or just having again a great engineer who you may build a good relationship where he might say, yo, you could rock an extra hour or whatever, like take
Yeah,
advantage,
yeah.
take advantage, take a little
Got
nap.
to, got to.
Yeah, I'm saying, but yeah, nah. It's great to have an engineer that knows you and is willing to commit to your
Hell
sound.
yeah.
So, I think that's the highlighted note of this interview,
Yeah.
having a great
Great
engineer.
engineer.
You know, if you don't know how to do all that shit yourself and you go into a studio, make sure your engineer is on your
For
side and not
sure.
just taking your money.
And not just running your pockets.
Word, word, word.
And
Um, so is there anything that you would like to, I guess, what, how can I say this? So, all right, everyone watches this episode afterwards. Like a lot of people don't really tune in the moment. You know, shout out to the
yeah,
people that do tune in. Shout out to the people that stay tuned in from start to end. You know, I
facts.
appreciate those people. But I get a lot of love after, like when I
People
posted
watch it
the
after,
interview.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. So, with that being said, what's something that I guess to anyone looking to grow as an artist, anyone that's looking to start as an artist and I guess just maintain as an artist. What is something that I guess you would like to put out there for them? I
Man,
guess advice or motivation, if you will.
nah, yeah. Um, hey man, that's crazy. especially because I'm still in the predicament as a lot of artists, as a lot of y'all out there. You feel me? A lot of us still in the same boat. But I think what helps, I'm gonna just give y'all what I feel helps me grow, which I believe can help y'all grow. You feel me? And it's it's one is stay motivated, stay hungry. Um, like don't don't get complacent. Don't don't start settling, because you feel like, all right, well, I guess this is as much as I can get out of it, so I'm gonna just keep it here. Don't do that, bro. Just see what you can really get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's a lot of sayings out there. One of them being, the more you keep doing something, you're bound to get something out of it. The more you keep putting into the music, you're bound to get something out of it. All right. Everything is just timing and patience. Patience is key. You know what I'm saying? Us as human beings, we lack patience. And I'm not gonna lie, the lack of patience in humanity is the reason we fall a lot of times because we're not patient enough. You know what I'm saying? Got to be patient, bro. Don't look at what you see online and see, damn, he got there in a year. Oh, damn, he got there in 2 months. Ah, he got there in a month. Focus on the goals that you accomplished for yourself. Oh shit, yo, I actually accomplished what I said I was going to do. Okay, cool. Next, let me move on to my next goal. Oh shit, I just succeeded in getting 1,000 followers on my Spotify. Let me move on to my next goal. Always outdo you. Don't outdo the next person. Outdo you. You outdo you, you gonna win every time. Every
Yo,
time.
I love that. I fucking love that, man. Thank you for that.
So yeah, man, don't quit either. Don't listen to people. A lot of people that tell you to stop doing something is because they in themselves know they can't do it. So they like, all right, well, if I can't do it, I don't want you doing it either. I don't want you being better than me. Oh, don't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? But don't be, but don't be delusional either now. Now this is for people that make music, but know damn well this is not what y'all supposed to be doing. Don't be
Right.
delusional. Sometimes music is just not for everybody. Some people it's just or if you're really into music, you can get into it in a different field. Maybe you can be the engineer, maybe you can be a cameraman, make videos. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying set your whole dream down. I'm just saying don't be delusional either. If you've been rapping for 6 years and you've seen you haven't gotten better in 6 years, I'm pretty sure you should stop. What I'm saying? You should be getting better every year. Every year. That's just my opinion, but everybody should be getting better every year. When I listen to somebody's old stuff and I listen to new albums as they progress through the year, I hear the progression. That's what I should be hearing. I shouldn't hear it's the same. Oh wait, nah, he went backwards. Oh, it's the same. Oh, like, it should be always progression. You know what I'm saying? From what I first heard, MC Reef right here, from Get High to VIP to what he got now. And I'm still waiting on the Unexpected Volume 3 because it's not on all platforms. But, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I hear progression. So it's like, so yeah, that's for the delusional people. Don't be delusional. But nah, but for real though, like, just always outdo yourself, man. Outdo yourself. I think that's really the big one right there, bro. Outdo yourself for sure.
Outdo yourself. Outdo yourself. That's the motto for this year. Outdo yourself. I
Outdo
love it.
yourself.
Word. Um, so now this question is inspired by your most recent comment.
Oh yeah.
And why you didn't buy the album? It's only $5 or 50 cents, depending on where you go to get
Okay,
it.
let me tell you a secret, bro. Let me tell you a secret. Let me tell you a secret. I'm broke.
I'm listening. You said I'm broke.
I'm broke, man.
Nah,
Nah, on some G shit. I'm really like I'm really short on change. Like I don't have a job currently. I'm like unemployed right now.
I
So
feel you. I
so
feel you.
yeah, word.
No, I understand. Trust me, bro. I don't have a job either, but
And to anybody
I mean, I
out
figured shit
there,
out. You feel me?
anybody out
I figured
there,
shit out.
don't talk shit. We all been down. You feel
For
me?
sure.
No,
Word.
you know what I'm saying?
Niggas be down, bro. I'm still struggling to this day, bro. But you know, I find ways to make money. Like I figure shit out. You know, like cause
Nah, facts.
my thing is, like I walk past homeless people every day. You know, like real homeless people, like you know, people sleeping on the streets and shit, like in the weirdest conditions. Like it's fucking 2 - 2 degrees outside. Why you
Nah,
sleeping on the sidewalk, bro? Like
great.
shit like that. Like you don't got nowhere to go. Them type of homeless people, like you know. So shit like that, I be wondering, like, damn, son, how they even get there? You know, and I don't ever want to be there. So
Nah, facts.
I, you know, if I can find out every day, even if it's day to day, if I can find out every day how to make some kind of money to make me survive, whether it's get some food or pay for the roof over my head or get some clothes or some hygiene products or whatever it is,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
do
gonna find
that.
a
You know what
way.
I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I'm
For
good.
sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But and also just stay positive, you know, mindset wise. It's like, you know, as long as you know you doing everything you can to make it out of your
Mhm.
situation. Because if you just in your situation and you just in it, like you're not doing nothing to get out of that shit,
Nah, yeah,
that's
word.
on you,
That's
whatever
on you.
happens.
Yeah,
You know, yeah,
yeah.
whatever happens is on you. So you can't be
Nah,
mad. But
facts.
if you in your situation and you know you doing everything to get out of that shit, stay positive, man. Stay patient, like you were saying. You know, don't be rushing for the outcome. Keep doing your job, keep doing what you're doing, and everything is gonna find a way to work itself out. I realized that too. You know, it's like instead of like stressing about everything and shit like that, if you know that you're doing what you
Mhm.
gotta do, there's nothing you have to worry about. Like everything's gonna work itself out. That bill gonna get paid, you gonna get a meal, fucking that job gonna call you back. However you whatever you stressing about, it's going to happen as long as you know you doing what you doing to stay in your receiving field of your blessings.
That's a
You
fact.
know, so but to go back to the question that I was asking about buying the album and not being on streaming platforms, um, when are you gonna make the switch? You know, and
Mhm.
I say this like I have this I have this thing where it's like I want people to truly recognize their worth, you know, and again, that's the thing for this platform as well too. This platform is for people to like really get their flowers and to understand that they actually have been doing something. Like I'm that person that's gonna let you know I see what you're doing. Like, you know, if a lot of people don't say it to you, I'm
Nah,
gonna say
facts.
it.
Right.
You know, so when are you gonna make that switch? Because I understand, you know, sometimes we get caught up in that whole, damn, I only got like 20 monthly listeners on Spotify, or damn, I only got like less than 1,000 streams on this shit. Like, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I understand, damn, I can't sell 10 tickets to my show, 5 tickets to my show. Like,
Should be
I
hard.
understand that. You know what I'm saying? But I I think this is a huge level of belief involved in going the route that, you know, artists like myself are going. So what's stopping you from making that switch?
You to be completely honest, I wouldn't say anything stopping me from making the switch. I want to say like it's just all it's more so like what I know right now,
Right.
knowledge wise. Like, okay, boom, I know, and I'm talking about like when it comes to dealing with people or like trying to get fan page or people to listen and stuff like that, right?
Right.
A lot of people are very one materialistic or very much so into the social like what's the trend. There we go. A lot of people are
Right.
into the trend, correct? So yeah, like because I dropped This Is Me, right? Crazy thing is on band what was it, Bandcamp,
Okay.
and as an early release, and I what like three people bought it for however much they bought it because I dropped it for however much the hell you want to put into it. Thank you, type shit, you know.
Right.
Three people bought it and like like 32 people listened, type shit.
Mm.
So when it came out on streaming platforms, though, I got about good 500 streams. So it was more so like, okay, well, obviously people are gonna go to what they know, and a lot of people don't know nothing about no Bandcamp, and one, they don't know me to even be trying, or they don't care for me enough to even be trying to pay to listen to my thing. But I do know for a fact that people will at least try to listen to it if it's on a streaming platform, because they're like, oh, okay, well, I got Apple, I can go to Apple. Oh, I got YouTube, I can go to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so on like I just do it on based off like this is what y'all want. So I'm trying to do what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? So it can also help benefit me in a way. So
Right.
that's the only reason I ain't really full fledged just like, all right, look, I'm just putting my stuff out, because I know I feel like it's not gonna be as out there as I do when I do streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying? Like I get sometimes my Spotify be jumping crazy. Like it'll go from, and this is without promo, it'll go from like 32 monthly listeners to 100 and something monthly listeners after a new project or something had came out and people actually gravitate to it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I don't know. I'm trying to get the balance is all I'm trying to figure out, you know?
No, I get it. I get it.
But I
Um,
definitely do want to like start putting my stuff out to where I like, get paid for it permanently type shit without all the extra streaming in between. Because I know
I
these niggas
feel that.
they don't pay us shit for real for a stream.
I feel that. And that's the reason why I ask, and also because you mentioned you don't have a job, and there's a lot of us in that situation, myself included. You know what I'm saying? So, well, we have to find ways to survive to the next day. Like we literally have to. Like we don't want to be living off of people.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? We don't want to, come off as like a freeloader or anything like that. Or one of them sorry ass, motherfuckers that don't know what to do next type shit. You know what I'm
Word,
saying? We gotta really survive out here, like
word.
it's one of them lifestyles for real.
It
You
is.
know, but that's what ultimately led me to do it because it's like I could sit here and keep on picking up, side jobs and stuff. I can keep on going to people's house to clean it. I can keep on, going to do moving jobs. I can keep on, looking online for whatever type of gigs I can get.
Mhm.
Like I keep on doing that, you know what I'm saying? But I love to do music. You know what I'm saying? What if I can make money from that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't gotta be industry money. You know what I'm saying? I don't need like $10 million, you know what I'm saying, right now as an advance. I don't need
Mhm.
it. You know what I'm saying? But if I could understand the process of learning how to make money off my music, why not go for it?
Nah, facts.
And,
Facts.
and that's ultimately what led me to get there. Like just understanding that I'm actually that good of an artist. Like when I perform, I actually perform. I might not have backup dancers and all that at the moment, but I capture the crowd. You know what I'm saying? People
Nah,
actually
facts.
know my songs word for word type shit.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I look at things like that and I'm like, yo, if these people can do it, imagine the whole fucking world.
Yeah, facts.
So
Yeah.
yeah, now at this point now, I evolved from
Dollar.
thinking, thinking you said people don't even care that much to buy, which is very fucking true.
Mhm.
Because I kid you not, between both platforms, I've made almost $200 in a month. This is in a month, by the way.
Mhm.
But I've only sold, I think the exact number is 13. No, yes, the exact number is 13. I've sold 13 albums.
Really?
13. All so people, one person on Bandcamp paid $50, and the people on Even have been paying $15 to $20 for the album.
Okay, okay.
But I've sold 6 albums, and on Bandcamp I sold 7.
Mm.
Right. And but when I look at the stats, there are 300. Well, I wouldn't say the 300 listeners because they count the plays individually for the songs.
Hmm.
So there are like 300, I think there's 310 total plays between all of them, but it breaks it down in three sections like complete, partial, skip. So I
Oh,
realized that
okay.
yeah, I have more skips though than anything, like skips and partials. So it's like people basically treat it just like streaming. So
Mm.
they think that if they listen to the song for a little bit, you get
You
paid for
get
the
paid
stream.
for streaming, you don't.
And then some people, I'm guessing the skips that I was getting, some people don't know the actual time limit. They just know if they listen to the song, it counts as a stream.
Hmm.
Right. So that's what. But this all came not the money, the plays. This all came within the first 3 days of me dropping the project because I made the project free to listen to. So they tell you on Bandcamp, if you want people to buy the album, they should get a preview of it.
Hmm.
So I was like, all right, cool. I'll do that. I'll give people a preview, and hopefully people enjoy it so much that they
But they
buy the
buy it.
shit.
Yeah.
At least a fucking donation, $1, $2, whatever. I don't care. I'm not
Right.
strictly money hungry for it, but it would be dope.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So within the first 2 days, they ran it up 200 and something in the first two
That's
days,
fine.
and I was shocked. I was like, oh shit! Like people actually was like ready for the album,
That's
but
fine.
nobody paid for it.
Oh man.
So I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Like they're used to
They used
streaming
to the
and shit. So
stream
what
shit.
I did
Yep.
was now the only songs available for free streaming are the singles that are released on the streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Mr. Unexpected,
Yep.
commas, and VIP.
And
Those
VIP.
are the only songs available that you can listen to for free on the album. If you're not convinced after those three songs to buy the album, I don't know what to tell you. So at this point, you're gonna have to listen. You're gonna have to go back to the streaming platforms and listen to those three
Listen to three
songs
songs.
plus whatever's available, or you're gonna actually say, "Fuck it, I want to hear the rest of this album,"
Yeah.
and do what needs to be
Facts.
done. Now, at some point, I think on Bandcamp, I am, because on Bandcamp, this is the beautiful part about Bandcamp too. You can make so many changes to your album in the process. Like, you don't even know, like, people don't even know I've deleted, updated, added mad different
What
shit
the
throughout the process.
fuck?
Yeah, no, for real.
That's
I've been
hard
able to
though. You
customize
can
in the
customize
process.
your
You
damn
can
album. That's hard.
Yeah, so at this point, I could take out and add songs, in the album, and it would still be classified as the album. Like, people, I mean, obviously, people that are subscribed, that's the difference.
Mm.
If you're subscribed, you get everything, like all the changes, all the exclusive music, all of that, and stuff
Okay.
like that. But I think that's probably it. If anyone wants the changes, then they'll have to like rebuy the
Rebuy
album. But
the album. Okay.
I'm not that type. I'm not that kind of person anyway. But I mean, all the changes have just been like vocal changes, like added ad libs and stuff like that. Like nothing major,
Yeah.
just like slight changes.
Like little
But
bits. On some Kanye shit type shit. Like.
yeah, yeah, low key. But it's just a dope thing to be able to like be at a level where you now trust your music to actually make some noise. I'm curious what's Bandcamp and what's top five. Okay. Shout out to Baby AJ. So Bandcamp is it's a platform for independent artists. I should add that if you make quality music, then this is the place for you. If you know you make good music and you really feel like, people would like actually pay for it,
Okay.
or people would actually become a dedicated fan because of the network that you create around you, that's what Bandcamp is. So top five features. Number one, obviously, I'm just gonna state the payment.
That's
Um,
definitely
so
hard.
yeah, you actually get paid. Like 85% of it goes to you,
Okay.
15% to the company. So I've made what 100 and I think $20 in total sales on Bandcamp, and I've gotten about 95 of that. You know what I'm saying? $95 out of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's number one. Number two, what I was just talking about, you can update your music as you go along. So let's just say you drop a song and, I was saying earlier in the interview, like, when I do a EP within a whole session, I don't have the luxury of going back and changing the song after I've released it. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to taking your time, right? So with this is like, say you drop the song, you listening to it in the shower or some shit like that, and you just like, yo, you know what? I gotta get back in the studio and drop this ad lib real quick. You go back, add the ad lib, and then you can re-upload the song with that new ad lib. So that's a great feature. Um, they give you your own website. It's nothing. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it could use a lot of updates, but you have your own platform to where you can manage, create your own network and connect with people via your own platform via Bandcamp. And again, you're getting 85% of everything, so they're literally not taking much from you at all. Like and they're giving you everything at the same time.
Mm,
That's three. Number four. Um, People get to own your music.
okay.
I feel like that
Right.
should have been higher on the list, but people
Right.
get to own your music. So when you run out of a subscription on, let's just say Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever the case is, let's just say, like you're in a situation like us, you ain't got no
Mhm.
job and you broke and you can't pay for Spotify every month. You get what I'm saying? Like,
You
I
still
at
get to
least
keep it.
now I got your music forever,
Yeah.
so I don't have to listen to ads all fucking day, while I want to hear good music. I could just boop, 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 go to my library. I got
Right
good music right here. You
there.
know what I'm saying? You pay for it one time, that's it. It's yours forever. And number five, let's see. Um, I think it's just accessible. Anyone can access it. Anyone in the states, the country. It's definitely a global
Hmm.
platform. Again, it's just for independent. And like the difference between independent and mainstream. Mainstream gets all the attention. So we go blind to the
So it's
independent stuff.
right.
And then it's almost like going to Macy's when you can get some fire shit at the fucking flea market.
Facts,
You know what I'm
facts. Yeah.
saying? So yeah, like a lot of people they'll
It's
clown you for
free.
going to the flea market.
It's free for
And it's
you.
like, yeah, like you can find so much shit on Bandcamp, and it's like, damn, I didn't like again, let's just say you don't have a job and you can't really afford it. You can pay whatever you want. So let's just say somebody's album is just $5 like mine's. If you have $5, you can pay just $5. If you got it like that and you want to pay $10,000, you can pay ten
It's
thousand. Like
6,000.
it's free. It's definitely free to use. You don't have to pay nothing to start up. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm lying. You do have to pay for the subscription. I think it's yearly though. Um,
No,
I
what
think it's
subscription?
10. For Bandcamp, well, when you do
Oh,
pro, when you go pro,
oh, for the pro.
pro
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
pro is when they
Yeah,
give you the website and
yeah, they
everything.
give you the
But
website.
if
Yeah,
you
I'm
just
about
want
to
to
say
like, upload your music and all that, I
it's
believe
free
it's
for that.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's free 100%. But I think the subscription, I think is yearly. Um, don't quote me on it, but I think it's between $10 and $30. I'm not
I
100%
think
sure.
it's
I don't
30.
remember.
I think it's 30. But
Yeah.
it's for a
Yeah,
year
but
though.
yeah, exactly. It's yearly, so you can do so much in a year. You can make so much money from it in a year, so that you can basically pay next year off.
Or,
Um,
oh,
yeah, those are the top five for me. Maybe you'll find something else, but if you're talking resources, if you're talking growth, and if you're talking profit, that's it for me. Word.
hey.
And again, like I said, I feel like if you make quality music, only if you make quality music, it's not for everybody, because again, you do have to put in the
Yeah,
work.
word.
Like, what I'm saying? It's not like once you upload your music, there's no playlist, there's none of that. Like, they don't have a playlist or anything like that. I think
Mhm.
they actually
I,
do
I
have a
think they do.
playlist, but
Yeah.
it doesn't work like how it does on Spotify or
Yeah.
anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
gotta
a much more
you gotta
complicated
really
process
promote.
to get to it.
You gotta really
Yeah,
promote
yeah, for
that.
Real.
But
So, again, you make quality music and you really passionate about your shit and you really, really, really out there like that. Like you really outside, you perform or you active online, however you promote your music. If you feel like you can do that, this is the platform for you for sure. Um, word. Um, so I'm not gonna lie, we coming towards the end. I try to keep it under 2 hours, but I got like maybe two more questions for you. Shout out to the question askers.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my
yeah. Nah,
thing.
we here for y'all, man. We definitely shouting out the gym. Shout out to my guy Jai. He's a dope artist. Which he actually seeing him tune into this live inspired the next question. Um, so I don't really see you perform much. Um, what are your roadblocks to performing? Like, what's the reason you don't be outside as much?
Ah, man, it's a great question. It's a question I've been asked plenty of times lately too. I'm not gonna lie. Um, um, oh, that's a question for you. But okay, I'm gonna start off with this one. This one right here. I am a father, so that's always going to be more important than a lot of things that I do. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because I have a strong thing with being there for my child because I didn't have that when I was young with my father. So I really take that serious. So that's just the major one right there. But to really get down to the nitty gritty of it, I have grown to just realize when something is not beneficial for me. For example, I stopped performing because a lot of these performances I'm doing, it just feels off. It doesn't feel right. Like, why am I paying you to perform my song? That doesn't sound right to me at all. You know what I'm saying? I put my hard work, my heart, my pain, everything into this. I put my money into this already. So it should only be right that your help you're putting back into me so I can perform for you in your establishment and help your establishment. You feel me?
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, if you really think about it, the artists are low key helping the establishment, for the drinks at the bar, getting more attention to the club and things like that. I've seen, and this is one of the places I've seen. Um, Shout out to the Juicy Box. Uh, for for growing. You know what I'm saying? I used to perform there. There's another one though that mm-mm. but but I did see like the artists that were going there though, they bring in like actual customers for the bar because people be coming in to see. Like there's people coming to actually see the people at the showcase, man. So why
Right.
are you forcing the artist to pay when they helping? They actually helping you. So
Right.
it's like it's like you being greedy now. Now you want the money at the bar for the establishment, and you want us to pay for to perform. Like we don't get nothing out of that. On top of that, a lot of times people just go to the same place to perform, and it just be the same people you performing in. You're not growing. You're not growing.
Whole
No,
fact.
you're rapping the same
Oh.
song. You're rapping the same song every time. And then every time you rap the same song, the same people that was there last week getting hyped to the same song is the same people there this week getting hyped to the same song. It don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, not to be over dramatic, but I'm just passionate about what I say. But like, it just don't make sense. It just don't make sense to me sometimes, bro. It's like, okay, the first few times you did it, of course you're gonna grow because people didn't know you. Now they got to know you. Now oh, okay, I got this spot lit. Let me move on. You should be wanting to able to venture out to another performance. But also, it's just the whole thing charging me just to perform my song. It's crazy to me. And so I ain't gonna lie, I have a plan. Just executing it is the only problem that I'm trying to get to, trying to execute it. But we need to find a way, or us as artists need to find a way to come together, make our own showcases, and each artist bring their own people. Those people pay at the door, and we all figure out how we get a split percentage of what we made at the door. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great idea. That's a great fucking idea, actually, man. I'm
So
gonna holler at you about that.
you know what I'm saying? And I want to do it with people that actually want to help each other type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's actually not doing it because we're money hungry, but we're doing it because I bet we all can make money from this. We're not spending nothing. The only thing if we are spending is just set up the show and the venue. But the most important thing and the thing that we want is all right, we pay for that. We just want to make sure we get more than what we paid for that. You know what I'm saying? And that way we can split it better, even ways. So yeah, I'm still working on that, and I'm still trying to find a collective for it. But yeah, yeah.
No, I truly understand that 100%. I nah, I truly understand that, and but I mean, I think there's layers to it. As far as those showcases go, I agree with Baby AJ. $20 is insane. Josh said coast to coast the biggest scam.
Oh my
They
God,
are.
coast to
I
coast,
wouldn't say the
definitely the
biggest
biggest
scammers,
scam.
but they definitely up there. They're definitely up there on the list. Like there's a few of them for sure. There's definitely a few. There's a few. I'm not gonna lie. Like they're definitely out there. And I'm not gonna lie. I heard it from a promoter himself. Like he literally said, like, "Yo, I scam niggas. This is what I do. Like, like yeah, like this is what I do. Like I do shit to take advantage of the artists." And then I've just been at shows with, promoters who just don't give a fuck about the show at all. They just want to get paid. Like you said, they want a piece of everything, but
Every
everything is a
boy,
piece of shit.
like
Like, all the service is trash.
yeah.
So ultimately, I just kind of like, again, like you said, I shied away from that. But I also want to say that there are markets, where you can perform either for free or they're going to pay you, and I kind of want to just add in here, you kind of do got to promote a little bit more, bro. You do got to be a little more
Mhm,
active. Um, and I think that's more so on the networking side, not so much as like just throwing everything out there. Like you do a great job with advertising your
mhm,
music, but I think when it comes to like advertising with people, talking to people and shit like that, knowing who to talk to and all of that, I think that's a very important piece. You
mhm,
feel me? You definitely want to make sure you are speaking to people. And the reason why Jai inspires that question because so he's a London artist that I met.
oh fire,
But
fire.
I learned how to become a better performer by watching him perform. Like just yeah, like watching how he engages with the crowd. This is how you see when I go to shows and I do the
Oh
get
yeah,
high and I
get
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 everybody in
get
tune.
everybody in
And
Zoom.
now I got the comments, everybody's in tune.
Hmm.
Like I I learned all of this. Like I mean, I've learned it over the years from other artists, but watching how he does it,
Hmm.
it just put like a whole different spark to it. And it was like, yo, wow, you could actually, cause how like some people they go to shows, like the song do be catchy, don't get me twisted, but niggas like sing my shit. And it's
Yeah,
like, bro, I don't know the
I
lyrics,
don't
bro.
know.
Like, I just know, yeah, I just know it sounds fire. Like,
Niggas just
but
start humming.
right. So, he had a way where he got on the stage and he just started like introduce, hey, my name is Jai. When I say this, you say that. And then he got into the song. I'm gonna perform this song. The lyrics go like this. So when I get to this part, you say this part. And boom, he went to perform and everything just
That's
and I
fire.
was like, oh shit, like that's all you gotta do? Like, that's all you gotta do? Word.
That's fire. That's
So
fire.
I think obviously some of these showcases you do gotta go to learn how to
Hmm.
perform. Obviously you got to see other people and shit like that. You got to learn how to support and be supportive.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with you. Aside from the spending $20 at every show, because that is disrespectful. but you gotta be disrespected as an artist. Like if you don't get disrespected as an artist to know your worth, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. It's not gonna work because you're gonna get to them top levels. They're gonna say some shit to you, and you're gonna blow the fuck up and be angry. Probably done killed somebody because they done told you some shit you already supposed to know.
He said that's
Like
disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
word, you feel me? But you supposed like you gotta at least go through some form of disrespect as an artist. Like them niggas gotta cut your mic off halfway
Facts.
through the song with the
Facts.
crowd lit. Like you gotta forget your lyrics and the crowd start walking out.
Man.
Like you know what I'm saying? The host gotta call your name and the crowd start walking out. Like shit like that. Like a lot of bad shit gotta happen to you at these shows for you to understand. Like yo, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
You know, like it's cool to be a dope artist and be like, nah, I'm not fucking with that. I don't want to do that. But
Facts.
you have to go through some of that. I would keep it a buck. Like, you really have to go through some of that to be like, you know what? All right, I know where I'm supposed to be at. But you also meet people in those rooms as well that help you get to other rooms. You know what I'm saying? And so it is smart to be selective of those showcases. I will say that from my experience
Yeah,
now.
definitely.
If you're going to pay $20 to get inside, $30 to get inside, or whatever, make sure they actually benefit you. And I've
Mhm.
learned ways to speak to people. So business etiquette is a huge thing as
For
well.
sure.
Definitely learn how to talk to people,
Learn how to
learn
meet
how
people.
to especially these promoters, because a lot of them will hit you up like, "Yo, do you want to perform? Come through, but you got to pay $20." Nah, 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 bro. How the fuck is this $20 gonna work for me, bro? Like, you
Exactly.
need to let me know how. If I pay this $20, how am I gonna shine for the night? Because you're not
Mhm.
about to eat off of me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you definitely got to learn how to talk to people for sure, and make sure they know that you about to come through, put on a show, and you ain't no pushover artist. Because
Facts.
that's what they look for. They look for them artists that be like, yeah, I'm gonna perform. I just want to perform. Like everybody just want to
Everybody gonna
perform. You know
perform.
what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So, but not everybody could perform. So, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Once you learn like to humble yourself in those experiments, because think about it. Um, Imagine saying I don't want to pay to perform, right? And you never perform because of that simple aspect. And then let's just say again, going back to the Ice Spice situation,
Where
you get on stage in front of 100 people, 1,000 people,
you don't
maybe,
know what to
and you
do.
just like I just been grinding in there, like and it's like what the fuck, like yeah, what's going on here, So um, yeah, you got to go through those experiences, bro, for sure. But
I will say
I
though,
relate to what you're
I
saying.
will say
What's up?
I am
What's up?
performing February 1st at an open mic somewhere.
Send
But
me the details.
I got you, I got you. I believe it's free to get in as well. So shout out Mike Mesel for putting me onto that, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So that actually segues into the last question. I mean, unless anyone else has any
Oh
questions.
snap.
There's two questions connected to this last question.
Oh, we got two in one.
So Mike Mizzle and Ayo Danny asked the same question. How did you meet them? But to, what I was gonna say before that is you did meet me in a collective.
Mm-hmm.
So you was a part of a collective, the Goats. Um, there are quite a lot of you guys in there. Just like how it was chromosomes. So talk about that. Like, what's it like being a part of a collective? You spoke on being able to work with different artists, but excuse me, how's it working with different artists on a consistent basis? Like you're around these artists every single day, and it's not just like two or three artists. There's like fucking 10, 12. Like, so yeah, talk about that. Like, how does that work for you?
All right, so this the
How did
first
you get
question.
introduced
Okay,
to that? Sorry, but
wait.
how does that work for you?
The first question is how did I get introduced to it?
Yeah, how did you end up in the collective? Like, who did you meet that put you on
Okay.
and all that? And how did you fare against all these artists working
All
with them and all that?
right, cool, cool, cool. All right, great. All right, so boom. Oh man, this is amazing. It's when I moved back to New York, man, and I was in New York for about a year, almost a year again in Brooklyn. I started working at this job at Whole Foods on Union Square. If you've been to Union Square, 14th Street, y'all know the Whole Foods
I know
right
where that's
there.
at. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I
I was working.
probably saw you once or twice in there. I'll be in there.
Oh, baby. I don't know. But I was always upstairs. I worked for like the Amazon part that was in it for the people that was delivering the groceries to the buildings out there. And I was sending routes and shit. I was like a team lead.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
And so yeah, I was working there, and on my breaks, I was a team lead. I really had my own breaks. I was doing whatever the hell I wanted in that damn job. I'm not gonna lie, I was doing a lot. But on my breaks and stuff, I would go downstairs, and Mike would be right there in the thing. He used to rap with this guy called Henny Mac, and he had the dude on the bucket, Don, my boy Don on the bucket, and I was like. And at this time, this is like I'm really peaking at being interested in rapping right now. So like, I'm like, oh snap, this dude over there freestyling that stuff, like that's crazy. So I shot over there, like on my break. I told one of my like workers,
On the
like,
break.
yeah, I told one of my workers, like, yo, if anything pop up, just call me on my phone. I'll run back in, set it up, and I'm gonna be back out. Just give me a second. He's like, all right, bet. I was really cool like that with my workers as a team lead. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm going over there. I'm listening to him. I'm like, oh, he's snapping. This guy got bars. The Henny Mac was rapping fast. Then I was into the to Don on the damn bucket. I'm like, this nigga drumming on the bucket. Like,
Mm.
like, yo. What? So I think like after the third day, I actually introduced myself to Mike, and we was talking, and I told him I rap this, that, and third. Um, I rapped to him. He rapped to me.
Right.
We both was like, "Nah, you nice, bro, for real." And man, it's crazy. Oh my god! I think probably like a month or two later, after I done met a couple of them. Within that, it was like Nate. That's when I met Classics at LC Legendary Ciphers. Shout out to Legendary Ciphers. That was on a Friday night, and then like a month later, I think he put me in a group chat. No, not it wasn't even a group chat yet. It was just me, Jet, Class, Nate, and a couple other dudes. And he and
It's
Mike
a
was
group chat.
asking us. Yeah, pretty much. It was a group chat. I don't know, cause like it was a short group chat though. Like it was just a couple questions and the niggas dipped out of that shit.
Right,
But
right, right.
he hit us up like, hey, how would y'all feel if we like came together and made a group? And so to be completely honest, I was one of the founders with it. It was like I think like four of us that like four or five of us that was like real founders of the group. But um I I was one of the first ones. I was like, okay, that sounds cool. I mean, y'all can rap, so I'm not about to, sit here and act like y'all can't rap. I said I fuck with y'all. Y'all actually rap. Y'all don't just be talking bullshit. So um yo, it's crazy. So the group started off. First off, the name wasn't even the goats at first. It was some other. I don't even. I don't even remember the name. Oh my god! I hope Mike is here. Mike, if you here, please put the old name in the comments. But it was some other before the goats, bro. It was just, and then I think Mike came in and was like, no, I don't like that. I said,
Oh
but I was
man.
like, you know what? I didn't want to say nothing, but I agree. So,
Yo, that's
so
tough.
we ended up making the goats, and I was actually away from the group for a year because that's when I ended up having my child. And the group grew without me over that year. And then when I finally came back, you know, I really applied pressure with them in 2022 into 23, and I came back with them. A lot of people in the group was like, "Yo, we usually start thinking he was just a legend because that was my Instagram handle at the time, Legend JDR." So they was like, "Yo, we thought you was really a legend or something in the group, and that you just had a spot here." I was like, "Nah, bro, I had family things to deal with." But
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing that run between 2022 2023 with them because you just got to see like and feel like the camaraderie of how the music was bringing everybody together. Shit became more than a group. It was more like brothers, and we was doing music, but like we was doing it happily because it was like it was with we felt like we was doing it with family type shit, like people we could trust. Like, hey, this is like we doing this out of love. You know what I'm saying? Because we just doing it for each other. We all want the same goals, same opportunities.
Right.
Granted, I'm not in the group anymore. I am a solo artist once again, but I still fuck with my guys for sure. Heavy, you guys still my brothers. Um, but I want to say like it gives you being in a collective gives you a very wider perspective of the music industry, though. Especially when you have like, oh, okay, I got some people that I can actually go to for help when I want to make a song or something. You actually got people that can do it for you for free, or they'll put in some money for you because you're all part of this shit together.
Right.
And it's a team. It's like a team effort. But then it has its cons. You know, when it's supposed to be business, things got personal, and then it's like it's supposed to be business. You can't be mixing that here, and then sometimes it becomes more of a stressor than a helper sometimes because it's like, all
Mm.
right, now I'm just dealing with a bunch of other people headache, and I still got my own headache. I can't. So sometimes you got to branch off and get back into your own zone. But it doesn't mean you gotta cut them off. It just means I just gotta when it comes to this though, I gotta focus in because right now they're not focused in the way I'm focused in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but that's just like that's just a personal thing right there. But yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, being in a group is cool. Now, what I will say, I don't think a group should be that big in this day and age. like, like, like over 20 people in your group is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like unless you're an already established group, like y'all already got like your own label and everything. Like 20 people and more in a group is insane. Like it's insane. That's too many personalities, too many different perspectives to deal with. Then you got to try and.
I
I
understand.
say people, I say people should start off at like 10 and lower for if you want to start a group right now. You know what I'm saying? But I
Nah,
think,
I understand.
yeah, that's
Also, was you finished my fault? Oh, sorry.
no, no, yeah, that's it. I was just giving that advice right there. But yeah,
My fault. I'm reading a comment. My sister, she said my locks are getting longer. She's trying to be like me when she go out.
where you read
Uh,
that? Oh, you scrolled up? Is it up there?
yeah. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but
Oh,
when I post a question, it pops up on the screen. But nah, ever since I
okay.
got my locks, bro, my hair started
I know
growing. Like it's just been
here's
growing. Like,
long.
I've always had nice hair. Like when I had my braids, my hair was like down to like right here. That's about it.
Damn,
But like
still
now,
long.
if you look at my locks, they're even longer than that, and that's just in a short amount of time. I've only had this for like going on 3 years now. April
Okay,
makes 3 years.
that's not bad.
Word. April makes 3 years, and my shit is already touching my back. No
Nah,
funny
you can
shit. Like
walk
these shits
past.
is already
You
touching my
can
back.
walk
But
past.
yeah, honestly, I just let them be. I don't like obviously take care of them, let them grease up and all that. Soak them,
Mhm.
take care of it, wash it. Retwist it on time and all that. But I I just let them be.
Let
Like
your
I just
locks
took them out
lock.
of the retwist. Yeah, exactly. Let the locks lock.
Let your
Word.
locks lock.
As you can see, I got a lot of whole new growth under it, but it's still locking up. So I'm not even gonna touch this for like
We in the same
until next month.
boat right now, man.
Yeah,
We in the same boat. I
I
got
ain't touching these until next month. But yeah, nah, being in a collective is tough work. I mean, I've been in groups before, but they never like really. Well, I think that's a difference too between a group and a collective. Like with a group, is like you have people, attached to each other. Like
hmm
y'all working cohesively to like reach the same goal. And it's kind of the same with a collective. The only thing is that you guys all understand that y'all still independent
Yeah,
artists at the end of the day.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all just bringing y'all platforms
hmm
together. I think the only messed up thing about collectives is that nobody understands their role. Everybody wants to be the top dog.
Yep.
Everybody want to be that artist, and if they see one artist getting more shine or the crowd fucks with this artist the most, you know, that's when things start to get
hmm
fishy. And I can tell you from experience, Ray Clouds, I don't know if he's still in the chat. He can tell you from experience. We was literally on top of the world with our collective, like, and to add on to your joke, I didn't like the name of the chromosomes either. I didn't like that shit. Like, but it was rolling.
It was
It,
holding.
yeah, it was rolling. Like people was rocking with it. Um, we had people shouting it at shows and stuff like
Mm,
that. And there were like, as much as there were artists who didn't give a shit, they just wanted the fame.
mm,
There were artists in the group that was actually working to like make the shit work. So
yeah,
that helped with our like image. Like people really was rocking with it just because they thought we were all cohesively working, but it was just the powerhouses behind the
yeah.
scenes that was really
I was actually keeping it going.
and keeping it a buck, me being the main one. I'm not gonna lie, like everyone in the group would tell you, I was really making shit work. Like, what I'm saying? Like I stated before, I find ways to make money. I find ways to make shit work too. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, if I'm stuck, I'm gonna figure that
Gotta
shit the
figure
fuck
it out.
out. Like, but um, I agree with you. Dealing with the personalities, the egos. Everyone got different visions, but they got the same destination.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, yo, bro, like, y'all got to be open to like listening to people.
Mm.
Like, especially if it's gonna be like 20 of y'all niggas got to listen to each other. Like,
For
hold a
sure.
meeting or some shit. Like, yeah, listen to each other. Like, you know, um, shout out to the goats. I know some of y'all are tuned in right now, but yo, y'all niggas need to hold some meetings. You know. Y'all niggas need to go out, pause on dates. Y'all need to go out on dates and shit like that. No homo.
Facts.
But y'all need to go out, like, fucking go bowling together. Go out to eat together. You feel me? Hang out in each other's crib
Yeah.
together type shit. And
Yeah.
obviously, if it's like 20 of y'all, I'm not saying have 20 people in the same crib, but have 20 niggas in the studio. You feel me?
But
Like, what I'm
like,
saying? Y'all all should go to the studio. Like, one thing with the Chromes, which I loved, like, it was super fucking dope, was that we were always in the studio. And if it wasn't all of us, there was at least half of us. There was at least at all times. There was never a point in time where we were working on music and it wasn't half of the group in the
no.
studio with us.
And
So
I ain't gonna lie, that's a good thing you point out that because my time in the group, I don't know why we ain't do that more and why niggas ain't put their money together to get studio sessions
yo,
and shit. I ain't gonna
that's
lie.
all it
The
is,
one
bro.
time I had mad of them in the studio, I paid for that though. I paid for a full 6 hours, bro. Had mad of us in that bitch, bro. But I was like, damn, I can't be the only one trying to put effort in that bitch. Nigga, I still
Nah, I
gotta
feel
pay for
that.
my
I feel that.
kid.
Nah, shout out to all the artists that was in Chromosomes that was actually coming up with sessions. Like there was times where I wasn't putting up for a session. Niggas was like, yo, just pull up. You know what I'm saying? There was times where I was putting on a session, inviting artists. So we that's one thing I could say about us. We actually did put our money involved in stuff.
Mm,
Like we did tour, we went on the road. You know what I'm saying? We did a lot of shit. It's just that the shit that we were learning together as a group, we didn't apply because everyone had their egos. Like everyone, basically, it's like, remember what I said about collectors? We're all individual artists at the end of the day. And let's just say the fans, so to speak, treated us that way as well too. There were certain people in the groups where they were just like, yo, I fuck with Erica Kane, yo, I fuck with Blackwater, yo, I fuck with MC Reef, or like, you know what I'm saying? They picked their artists in the groups that they truly fucked with. You
word.
know what I'm saying? But those artists, started to get like big in the head and they started to treat us like the people that were consuming us.
Oh,
The people that were like tuning into us and shit like
yeah,
that, they started treating us that way. So it's like everyone, felt like they were bigger than who they were. And it
bigger than
was
you
like,
are. Hmm.
yeah, and it's like, bro, all we gotta do is just play our roles. And it's kind of again what you were saying about like, if music doesn't work out for you, have a different lane.
Yep.
A lot of us in the group were really good at music, but a lot of us also had a second craft or a third craft that we were really good at. And it was like, bruh, let's just say you're the least favorable in the crew.
Hmm.
Your music's still gonna pop because you with us, you on stage with us, you getting lit with us, you're gonna have your performance time and all that.
That's a fact.
But what if, what I'm saying, you took your camera out and recorded us performing?
Hmm.
What if I needed my hair twisted into a whole new
You
style and
could
you
do that.
hooked me up with a, what I'm saying?
Hmm.
What if, you had your clothing, your
Your
clothing
clothes and shit.
design or whatever. and you gave me an outfit to rock on stage. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? Shit like
right.
that is
Like that. That's how
figure
we
out
help each
y'all
other.
roles.
Exactly.
Yeah, figure out y'all roles, man. Understand that y'all don't have to be the top dog in that particular spotlight. Like, cause I look at, let's just say somebody, for example, that inspires me as far as collective wise. I want to say Devi because he, he got a cameraman, he got a hype man, he got the featured artists that show
I've heard,
love, he got the
I've
people
heard
in
of him.
collective
He
that show
he
love.
he
Like,
from New York, right? I've
yeah,
heard
he
of him.
from
Mm,
Far Rock.
okay, okay.
But you know, it's just kind of like it's just dope to see that people support the vision and they know they role. Now, maybe behind the scenes he got some more shit to say to that, but from the outside looking in, everybody played a role. GFB Fresh is another one. When I was at the Perfect Timing concert, I mean, I've seen it at several events, but being a part of that event,
Mm,
I got to see like he has his whole team running everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that's pretty dope to
mm.
have people understand their role and not get lost in the sauce. Like,
Facts.
you know, I think that's so important with collectives. You know, y'all got to understand that even though
Hey,
y'all might be individually growing and blowing up or whatever, coming together as a team, y'all got to know how to
that,
operate together. Like that
that's
shit is
another
huge.
that's another key in the interview, y'all. Know your role.
Yo,
Know your role.
listen, we dropping them gems, man. Know your role. There's nothing wrong with playing the back seat. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the backseat driver actually do got the
Oh
directions. You heard?
God.
Like, word. So, and shout out, yo, it's funny, a funny story about that. Vito Gatz. He was in the chromosomes. So,
Oh yeah, yeah,
again,
you know him.
a lot of times I was making the moves, so I was getting the rentals and shit like that. Like, I knew how to drive, but I didn't know the roads. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at GPS. This nigga Gas is in the back seat, like, yo, take the I-80. Yo, go this way, turn left. Like, he know the
Yeah,
fucking,
you know
like, he
every
knows the
direction.
fucking world. Like, how do you know the streets
Yo,
like that? Like,
I'll be
and he's like,
shocked too
yo,
when people do that shit. I'll be like, nigga, what? You remember?
bro, we all the way out in Maryland. This nigga like, yo, take this road right here. Go turn this roundabout. And I'm like, yo, what, nigga? You don't live out here? Like, so, yo, like, you know, shit like that is like pretty dope. Like when people, you know, they can actually help you, you know, literally get to your destination. Like, so know your role, know what you can offer, and just move like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need all the spotlight. Trust me, it's not that glorious at the end of the day anyway.
Also, what I do
You know what I'm
want to
saying?
point out to artists as well, don't just
What's up?
don't just don't just stay in your artist lane. If you have other crafts and other talents, try to get into them things along with the music as well. That makes more money for you.
It's a
You know what I'm saying?
fact.
Like now,
Girlfriend.
I'm starting to do photography and filmography and stuff. So, you know,
Yep.
like
That's dope.
yeah. So, you know, just find other ways to get it out there and other ways to do it yourself. So that way you don't got to shell out that much money, you know? So just a thought for all the independent artists.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope, man. So yeah, man, I appreciate you coming through, man, being another dope guest on the show. Thanks for sharing your knowledge, your experiences, your pain, your story, if I will.
Appreciate you, man.
Word, man.
This is all because of you, man. You doing great things, bro. Like you just find you just keep finding ways to make yourself who you want to become, and that's an inspiration in itself right there. Because it's like not everybody, not everybody has the confidence and the drive to like, yo, I know what I want to be in life, so I'm gonna do that one way or another. A lot of people get,
Mhm.
a lot of people get uh, undetermined and they get doubtful on if they can ever do it. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been one of those artists who I've been doubtful so many times, but it's just you gotta have that. You gotta have that in you, bro. Like y'all just can't give up, bro. We have it may look like it's fast. It is fast, but we have time. We have
Yeah,
time. You just gotta use it wisely, for sure.
that's a fact. That's a whole fact, man. So yeah, again, thank you. I appreciate you. I do eventually plan to evolve this into an in-person
Hell
thing.
yeah.
So just know if you ever get the invite to be back on the show, this will be in person. You know, we'll get to actually chop it up in person. We get to roll one in person, all that, for
Yeah,
sure. I
yeah.
do want to create the in person better because I think that would be like even doper for the community.
Not for sure.
Um, oh, you got one more question from T Blaze. Yo, shout out to T Blaze.
Oh, my boy T Blade.
Excuse me. No, I actually know T Blaze from like way, way back.
My boy know how to
We,
spit.
I, yeah, I met him at what's that shit called? Bowery Electric. The EO Dub
Oh yeah,
in
I
the
heard
week.
of it. I
Yeah,
heard of it.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if they still do it to this day, but I remember back then. I guess that's when I was like trying to get really good at like freestyling, learning how to like, freestyle and just get better. So I started going there. And then that's how I ended up going to Legendary. Well, I was working with some artists in a Bushwick, the Bushwick Collective. I think they were called the Monsters, Bushwick Monsters, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
But
the zombies.
nah, nah,
Oh,
nah,
that's
not the
not the
Flatbush Zombies.
zombies. I'm wilding. Yeah,
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 yeah.
nah. But they, the Brooklyn Monsters Collect, something like that. I don't remember the exact name, but I was working with some of the artists that was in that collective or whatever, and that's how I ended up meeting Mickey Hustles for the Legendary Ciphers, and that's how I started getting around Mike Mizzou,
Facts.
and I saw T Blaze there as well again. So yeah, I've been seeing him around. So it's dope that he still goes there faithfully. He taps in and
Yeah,
all that. So that's really dope.
that's a real
And it's dope
genuine
that
dude
you
right
got
there.
people like that around you too. Word, that's sick.
Real genuine dude right there, man.
Word, word. But yeah, man. Till next time. Again, thank you for being a
Of
guest.
course.
I appreciate you,
Anytime.
man.
Anytime. Anytime. This was a banger, man. This is a banger right
So it's a banger.
here.
Make sure y'all show love to JuDaReal. He got a new single, Smooth Operator. He got projects on top of projects. His new project, The Rerun, is out there. Make sure y'all really tap into this dude, man. He's a creative artist. He's really dope.
Sure.
Yeah. But T Blaze wanted to know when y'all getting in the studio. Sorry, my bad. That was the question. Sorry.
Hey,
When y'all getting in the studio, he wants to work.
hey, look. You still supposed to send me back that verse. You ain't send me back
Uh,
that verse.
uh,
You know,
Son, I got
yeah, you
ah
send me back
shit.
that verse.
Son, I gotta fix that up, man. What up, Blades? Make sure you hit that man up in the DMs, man. Get that shit situated. Word, man. Get that verse back to him, man. Stop playing. But nah, yeah, man. Appreciate you 100%, yo.
Nah, love, bro. Appreciate you.
No doubt, man. Enjoy the rest of your
You too,
day.
man. Everybody be safe.
Bye. All right, guys. That's the end of it. Episode 22. Going live with the MC. I do this every Wednesday, every Friday. I always got a dope artist. We always dropping gems, great conversation, great chemistry, great backstories. Everything is here. So if you really feeling the platform, if you're an artist of any type, and you want to tap in, tap in. Um, every episode is saved to my page, so if you didn't catch in with the live, you get to tune in afterwards and catch all the gems that we dropped. Um, I don't have anybody for next week, but stay tuned because I'm gonna lock people in. But yeah, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for all the questions, all the love, all the comments. I appreciate y'all 100%. We just getting bigger and better, man. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.